everyone, myself Soni Saxena is here with another topic. Today we will learn Chapter 1 Human Geography, Nature and Scope from Book 1 Fundamentals of Human Geography. Human Geography. So here is the content and we are going to cover these of the topics as geography as a discipline, nature of human geography, naturalization of humans, humanization of nature, neo-determination, and lastly we will discuss about fields and subfields of human geography. Geography as a discipline. Geography as a field of study is integrative, empirical, and practical. The reach of geography is extensive, and each and every event or phenomena which varies over space and time can be studied geographically. So the basic aim of geography as a discipline is to understand Earth as home to human beings and to study all those elements which have sustained them. Earth, it comprises of two major components, natural or physical and human or cultural. Physical geography studies physical environment and human geography studies the relationship between the physical or natural and human world, the spatial distributions of human phenomena and how they come about, the social and economic differences between the different parts of the world. Nature of human geography. It studies the interrelationship between physical environment and socio-cultural created by human beings through mutual interaction with each other. Though physical environment has been modified by human beings, it has also been impacted by humans. So with the help of technology, man interacts with his environment and human being is directly dependent on nature for resources which sustain them. In such societies, the physical environment becomes the mother nature. Naturalization of humans. In the period of primitive time, humans were greatly influenced by nature. Nature also used to dictate humans. The level of technology was very low and the stage of human social development was also primitive. So this type of interaction between the humans and forces of nature, it gave rise to the concept of environmental determinism. Now we will learn about environmental determinism, neo-determinism and possibilism. Environmental determinism. It controls, as you know children, environment, it controls human actions and activities. Humans, those who are directly dependent on the natural environment. So the elements of physical environment as landforms, soils, climate, water, natural vegetation, also flora and fauna. The elements of social, cultural environment, they include houses, villages, cities, road rail networks, industries, farms, ports, and many other items of our daily use, which are created by human beings using the resources provided by the physical environment. So children, humans, they were not free and they adopted according to the nature. Humans were naturalized and they were afraid of natural forces. It also states that human history, cultural or their culture, lifestyle and stages of development, they are influenced by the physical environment. Physical environment like climate, soil, relief and many other things. It also considers human as passive agents whose attitude, decision making is influenced by physical environment. We have the example of the life of nomads or the tribal community or the tribal people, those who are living in mountainous region or forest. Environmental determinism aims at very low technological development, where humans, they would listen to the nature and they were also afraid of uncertain phenomena. Humans, they worship nature for its fury and they were dependent entirely upon the nature. So the economic as well as the local development or the social development of primitive people, they were entirely dependent upon the influence of their natural environment. Forest dwellers even, they were happy to be the part of beautiful universe. So they thank the spirits of the forest, even for the stream water that quenches their thirst. The leaves and roots, they feed them. The herbs that are exchanged in return for necessary things in the local fare. Thus, nature played a powerful role in primitive life. It is nature that made people discover and use fire. So the friction in the forest that resulted fire in the forest, it also helped people to discover fire and itself. Pollination also in flower, where seeds get dispersed in the ground, it results in growing of new plant under the influence of temperature and rainfall. So these humans, they got idea of growing crops and to practice agriculture. Neo-determinism. The concept of neo-determinism, it was introduced by Griffith Taylor. It states that neither is there a situation of absolute necessity. Absolute necessity means environmental determinism. Nor even there is a condition of absolute freedom, which is also known as possibilism. So it states that nature has provided possibilities and also scope for development, but also put some limits on it. It means that human beings can conquer nature by obeying it. They can continue in their pursuit of development when nature permits them. The neo-determinism conceptually attempts to bring a balance nullifying the either or dichotomy. Possibilism. The counter-reaction to the extreme generalizations of environmental determinism, it gave rise to another concept in geography, which is known as possibilism. So children, possibilism sticks to the point that man is an active agent in the environment. From the state of necessity, humans, they move to the state of freedom. So this is a belief which asserts that the natural environment provides options and the number of possibilities of which human creates cultural landscape. Possibilism approach, it also states that humans were free to choose or to decide and nature did not control them. The nature provided, even offered opportunities, possibilities for humans to exploit it for their benefits. It also considered humans as active agents rather than a passive one. So the technology, attitude, habits, values of humans which influenced humans' actions, not the nature. The nature got humanized. Humanization of nature. It's just opposite to what is naturalization of humans. With the passage of time, people understood their environment and the forces in which the environment acts. Human beings were able to develop technology after understanding natural laws. As we have the example that concepts of friction and heat helped us to use fire. Even understanding of the secrets of DNA enabled us to conquer many of the diseases. Also, the laws of aerodynamics to develop the faster plane. With the advancement of time, people learned the use of technology and moved from the state of necessity to state of freedom. So here is the question: what are the fields and subfields under the discipline of human geography? You can see fields of human geography, which shows social geography and many others too. We have subfields of human geography and interface with sister disciplines of social sciences. Fields of human geography includes urban geography, political geography, population geography, settlement geography, and their subfields and interface with sister disciplines of social sciences are here. So at last, fields of human geography, it includes the economic geography also, where the subfields are geography of resources, geography of agriculture, geography of industries, geography of marketing, geography of tourism, geography of international trade. And these are the interface with sister disciplines of social sciences, whereas here economics, resource economics, agriculture sciences, industrial economics, business studies, economics, commerce, tourism and travel management, and international trade respectively. That's all for this topic. Let's wait for the next upcoming video very soon. Thank you.